back to our question here. Conflict can influence our choices and actions. Can people see that we have a conflict within our environment, that we are living in a world and we are impacting on that world? So in essence, what's happening is we are at conflict with the world. The cars we drive, the noise that we make, the pollution of the water, are all impacted on the decisions and actions and choices that humans make. Now, Hong has been able to present to us some ideas about how you can be involved, and one of those things is joining an organisation such as this by planting trees. Now, one of our aspects of our inquiry is looking at action. So if you were interested in looking at the environment, if you were interested in looking at man's conflict with the environment, this might be a good thing for you to think about. I've got a couple of questions, Hong. The first question that I have is about the endangered animals. You mentioned the rhino is now extinct. In Vietnam, what's the animal that's next on the list, the most endangered animal?
Actually, it's going to be an animal that very few people think of. Can somebody guess? Make a wild guess.
Parrot?
What?
Never mind. Parrot? I'm just guessing.
I don't think so.
You said guess, I just guessed.
Not really.
A fish?
What? Peacock? No.
Snake?
Whoa,
it's going to be big. Ostrich?
Whale?
And the elephant ostrich? Okay, right now.
What?
Ostrich, they even don't exist in Vietnam. Well, we import one some, but any other wider idea?
Bears?
Nah. Okay, the answer is the dugong.
What? The what?
What? The dugong? You haven't seen the dugong?
I've heard of it.
It looks like what? You have a picture here. Oh, no, it's in your laptop. Anyway, the dugong is a marine mammal living in the along the coastline. They look like they're the mermaid. They call the mermaid with the funny nose. They eat on the grass, the sea grass. They're so kind, so gentle, because they're just like totally vegetarian mammal. You know that. And they are like, there used to be a lot of them in Vietnam. And right now, the estimation is there are like from 7 to 20. Oh, they are
it's
like a
sea mammal. It has like a seal with a big nose.
Like a seal with a huge mouth like that.
Oh, yeah. And they're so cute.
The teeth is another one.
Oh, that's a word.
So it looks like a seal, right? It looks like small whale seal, but they are mammal. And the problem is that they it takes them 1 year and a half to have a baby, and it takes them like 2 years to like to breastfeed the baby and everything. But now, because they live so close to the coast, to the beach, and with all the industry booming, the tourism booming, there are so many tourist boats hitting them on the head and everything, killing them. And there are like less than 20 in Hong Vietnam. They should be the next. So we are hoping to run the next big campaign for us is the Save the Dugong campaign, but we are raising funds for it, so we're just still in a very first phase of that, but we are trying to save that, otherwise there will be another rhino very soon. It can be just like the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Because 20, you just kill them into one season. So, okay, it's scary.
I was thinking about this bird with a really colorful beak. It lives near the shore, but I'm sure there's no in Vietnam. In Europe, there's some. It's a bird where it's hard to explain. It has a colorful beak.
Okay.
Toucan.
Is it toucan?
No.
Toucan.
There's not.
Alright, what can it be? I have no idea.
Maybe you need to go and do a bit of research.
Yeah, right. But if it doesn't exist in Vietnam, probably we'll worry about that a bit later. Now we have to worry about the dugong. So if you have any idea of how to do that, if you would like to go to Phu Quoc Island and Phong Dao Island, which are the only 2 islands in Vietnam that the dugongs are still seeing live, then probably you can do something there. You can go to the schools, you can teach the kids there how to tell their parents not to kill the dugong or something like that. So if you have any idea of how to do this project and join us on the project, I would love it. Okay.
I thought of this idea of if you have the dugong, like, I'm not sure if it would kill the dugong or not, but move it into like a big place, safer, maybe 5 years, when they have like lots of breeding, and then you can bring them back.
Well, actually, it's one way to do it, and to some wild animals we can do that. But to some wild animals, they don't like to be locked up. They don't like to be in a closed environment because they swim very far. For those species, they swim from country to country. So it's very difficult, like in a lot of, and also in a lot of species like tiger, for example. If we lock them up and we make them like really breed new tigers and everything, the tigers are not really tigers anymore, because wild animals, they have to be born in the wild and live in the wild. Otherwise, they lose all the genes and everything, and we don't want to lose the genes because of the biodiversity conservation.
You
can also have some security guards protect them.
The thing is, because we don't have enough security guards, we don't have enough money to do that. We have to, the national park staff in Vietnam, they have low salary. They just do like, okay, today is their night guard. Okay, they just like wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and look around. Okay, there's nothing, they fall asleep. This is the truth. Because of the low income, because of the lack short of like mechanism and good management schemes, we cannot do that in Vietnam effectively, and that's why we're losing them. In other countries, they conserve the dugong pretty well. In Australia and other countries, but not in Vietnam. That's why we are trying to do, what we're trying to do is to have the national park team to have like the tracing, like the GPS equipment and everything like that. So we're still raising money for that.
What if you like wanted to make a new special breed, like a dugong like from Australia and Vietnam come together? What special breed?
As I told you, the wild animals have to be endemic. How do you call it?
What we want to do, Jono, is conserve what is there.
Yeah.
We don't want to particularly start a new one. We want to conserve what's already there. Okay. So
and the ones from Australia might not be able to live in Vietnam because it's too hot or too whatever.
That's what makes it special.
Yep.
Special to that area.
Special for that country.
Yes,
any
questions?
solutions? Sorry?
Any questions?
Any other questions? Not about the dugong, but about anything else. Or if you have any idea of what this group can do, or if you think that you can set up some sort of like wildlife task force team and join us every month, for example, with your great idea, I would love to hear that about that, and whatever that you can come up. I think you have great people with great ideas, and you're interested in the environment, which is very inspiring to me. Yes?
When the first thing was invented and it polluted the earth, actually, did they know that it polluted it?
Yeah. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but the first time that the first thing that pollutes the earth.
Well, I think that the inventor might not have thought about that, but just because of the demands for economic development, we have to do that. And that's why it's a huge conflict in developing countries like Vietnam. We have to develop the economy. We have to burn more fossil fuels for more energy, and at the same time, we don't want to destroy the environment. But the government, the policymakers are confused and they don't know what to do. They still have to feed the whole population, so we still have to destroy the environment more.
Overall, what's the biggest problem for Vietnam in terms of? Can you list some of the problems in order? Because we've talked about air pollution, we've talked about animals, we've talked about environment. What would you say would be the biggest problem that Vietnam's facing at the moment?
I think the biggest right now, well, the biggest threat is still climate change, because we are one of the top countries most hit by climate change.